Look, I do not like hitting people. I don't like getting in fights. Not because I'm a pacifist. Not because I'm a little pussy. Because I know that as a great, big, strong man, if I hit somebody, I will probably kill them. And you might be thinking, oh, Smedge McKing, you're just talking yourself up. You think you're tougher than you actually are. No, actually, the last time I hit somebody, they suffered a fate that I believe is worse than death. So every morning, I was the first person on the bus. The bus would drive for a half hour to another neighborhood to pick up a little boy named Tommy. Now, I did not know what Tommy's deal was, because the school I went to was primarily for little smarty pantsers like me taking advanced courses, and for retarded assholes who did not know how to behave. But Tommy, he was neither particularly smart, nor was he particularly bad behaved. And it was not until the weeks became months, and the months became semesters, that I noticed that Thomas's hair was falling out, that he was getting weak, and as it turns out, little Tommy was dying of leukemia. Well, after little Tommy gets on the bus, we drive for another half hour, and onto the bus step these 3 18-year-old black kids who are taking elementary school classes because obviously the system was just that racist. And one of them walks up to Tom and rubs his hand on top of Tommy's head and says, "Hey, how's it going, cancer boy? Feel like dying soon?" And the second one walks up and goes, "Hey, I got a cure for you." And he farts right in little Thomas's face. Now, I was sitting across from Thomas, and the smell hit me, and I had a fully functioning nervous system that was healthy, that was able to send antibodies to my nose to get the fart stank out of it. I can only imagine how torturous that was for sick little Tommy. And then the third guy walks up to little Thomas, grabs his book bag, dumps everything out, and starts ripping up all the paper, all the notebooks, and going, "Hey, check this out, guys! Cancer rate his homework!" Now, at the time, my bus driver was at the front of the bus going, "Y'all niggas fucked up and shit. That's not cool." But he wasn't going to do anything about it, because those 3 kids could have and would have beat the ever-loving shit out of him if he tried to stop them. Now, I don't know if it's because they're attacking my little buddy, or because that one kid keeps going, "Heh," but I must have had the most pissed off looking expression on my face. Because one of those 3 motherfuckers looks at me and says, "What are you gonna do about it, little bitch?" And he punches me right in the head. Now, I don't mean a little love tap, I mean a full-grown man punching a little 8-year-old boy in the back of the head. And what this motherfucker did not know was that he just made the worst decision of his life. Now, let me just make this abundantly clear. He could have gotten his shit together. He could have had a wife and children. And when we get to the end of this story, I want you to remember that he could have had a very good life. Instead, he chose to fuck with me on what apparently was the wrong day, because before I knew it, before he knew it, I had punched him in the top left side of his face, was completely and utterly destroyed. I popped his eyeball like a grape. Cerebral fluid is running out of his broken nose. The other 2 guys go, "Jesus Christ, he's got a gun." They open the emergency exit on the back of the bus. They jump out in the middle of traffic and get run over by a van. And suddenly I'm laughing. Little sick dying of leukemia Tommy is laughing. Even the bus driver who's going, "Oh shit, I gotta call the police," he's laughing too. And the motherfucker I hit, he's running on the floor in a circle like Curly from the Three Stooges, but instead of going, whoop, 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 he's going, "I'ma kill you, motherfucker. Just as soon as I'm done crying like a bitch, I'ma kill your whole family." And from that point on, I got in some little fights with my friends at school. I hit my brother and my cousins, just playing around stuff, but never actually trying to hurt somebody. Cause in the back of my head, I remember the sound of a skull crushing in a little bit. So about 10 years pass and I'm working one of my first jobs as a cook. I'm in the back grilling some T-bone steaks when the bartender comes over and she's whispering in my ear like, "Hey, Smedge McKing, come out and take a peek at this fucking monstrosity that is at the bar." I get somebody to cover for me and I sneak right on out of the kitchen. And there at the bar is a gigantic black tranny, and what made my heart stop dead in my chest, what made me almost fall over, was the crusty, jizz-covered paper mache mask that covered the upper left quadrant of this yogurt yodeler's face. And it's trying to get a free drink from the bartender going, "Come on, baby, this lady's not here." I know one of these stubs around here's gonna buy me a free drink too, right? Yeah. And it looks around, and I would say that our eyes met, but really my two eyes met. It's one eyeball and its other drawn on the paper mache abomination of an eyeball. And I don't know if it recognized me, but that is when I realized it was the same motherfucker that beat up poor little Tommy who died of leukemia later that year. The same motherfucker who punched me in the back of the head and gave me a lump that stayed there for a year. The same motherfucker who, after I punched him in the face, I was picking little pieces of his skull out of my knuckles for weeks. He's got dried cum on his hairy legs. One of the heels on his size 15 high heels is broken and held on with tape. His skin is as dark as night, save for his ashy elbows, which look like elephant kneecaps. The way the amber lights of the bar danced off of his syphilis scars on the backs of his shoulders was beautiful to behold. Up beyond his Adam's apple was just the most ephemeral wisp of a 5 o'clock shadow. His bright orange lips were so big he could not keep them closed, which allowed his disgusting yellow teeth to just kind of hang out and do their own thing. Honestly, it looked like somebody shot a gun near his face and all of his teeth got scared and tried to run off in different directions. Above that was his little button nose, which had only the most dainty of boogers hanging out from one nostril. Over all this hung the most luxurious bacon grease covered jerry curl that I had ever seen in my life. Now, to be fair, he did have a big round ass, and the most harmonious, beautiful man queef escapes out of his pearly purple palace of poo and hangs in the air like a majestic aurora borealis for everybody to witness and admire. And to make a long story short, it was the worst sex of my entire life.